Welcome back everybody to another unboxing video. Today we are unboxing a display cabinet case. It's rectangular shaped, made from a company in China called GDJASJI. Again, this is just a generic glass cabinet. It's got 3 glass shelves, 4 if you count the bottom, which is made of composite wood. This cabinet is 65 inches by 32 inches by 14 inches. So you got some room for your stuff. The space between each shelf is about 15 inches. And altogether it weighs about 110 pounds. So you can put this together with 1 or 2 people. It's recommended with 2. It should take you about 30 minutes. Me, it took about 40 minutes to an hour because I was using the wall to help support the glass. The glass is tempered, so if it breaks, it won't shatter, or at least it won't be sharp pieces everywhere. Cool trick about tempered glass is the most delicate, or where it's going to more likely break, is if you hit it on the edges. Anyways, that's beside the point. The weight for each shelf, or what it can hold, is about 15 pounds. The bottom, of course, is the composite wood, so that can hold more. The metal on this case is aluminum. That's to include handle, the locking mechanism, and the little supports for the shelves. The shelf supports have rubber little O-rings to protect the glass from scraping and to keep the glass from moving. There's also brackets in each of the corners to cord horizontally and vertically to help support and keep everything steady. The compressed composite wood on this cabinet has cutouts for the glass, bolts, or screws, so that way you can easily attach everything. I didn't have to pre-drill, or everything was pre-drilled. I didn't have to drill any holes, which was nice, and everything lined up nicely. And there's me demonstrating how short I am. But that is the anchor for the cabinet, so that way it doesn't fall over if there's an earthquake or kid quakes. That way all your collectibles or whatever you have in there doesn't get damaged, and neither do your children. If I'm being honest, this is the hardest part right here. You put these little foam sheaths over the glass and then slide the metal bracket over that. You have to carefully tighten it down, and you try to line up the bottom and top so that way the glass is centered and even on the hinges. It takes a little time or little adjustments, but eventually you'll get it. This part here was a little frustrating. Again, you have that foam sheath, put the metal bracket over it, and it will help the magnets hold the door closed. Unfortunately, it says you can put it lengthwise, but it was catching on the plastic. And I thought maybe the hinges were off, but I adjusted them a few times and they just weren't. So I came to the conclusion that I would do it horizontally, and it worked just fine. Okay, let's talk about some of the issues that I found with this cabinet. First off, nicks and scratches on the glass. The whole point of this is to be able to display your collectibles, and you don't want nicks and scratches interfering with that. The reason this happened is how they packaged it. The outer packaging was great. It was wood with cardboard, solid. The inside was the problem. They put two pieces of glass together, wrapped it with styrofoam, set it in the box, put a thick piece of foam, and then did the same thing with the other two pieces of glass. This in turn caused hot spots, which created the nicks and scratches on the glass. Now I called the company and they offered to send me another glass cabinet, and I accepted. Unfortunately, the cabinet that came had nicks and scratches again because of how they package it. So I let them know they need to work on their packaging. We'll see what happens in the future. Another issue I found with this product is probably not going to matter to most people, but to me it did. The door stops at the bottom have magnets that help it close. Well, unfortunately, those metal pieces, you could only put them vertically. If you try to put them horizontally, it would catch on the plastic around the magnet. So that was kind of frustrating for me. Lastly, I think is kind of a big thing like the scratches on the glass. The locking mechanism worked fine. Unfortunately, the little tab that sticks over to stop the glass door from opening and closing has nothing to buffer itself from the glass. So it's just metal on glass, which one creates a space so it clanks a little bit. Secondly, over time, that's going to cause damage to the glass, which is a no-go. So fix for that would be vinyl tape or some foam tape. Just stick it on the back of the metal and there you go. Well, that wraps it up, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe and leave me a comment below. Let me know if you have any suggestions on cabinets or display cases. And with that, I'll catch you later.